I'm turning on our mics and I'm going to the thing. Hello out there. Welcome. We are back with more Stardew in the MCU.
Yeah. Woohoo!
I think if Stardew wants it. Oh, no, Stardew is crashing for me. So there you go. We're off to a great start.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I've never known this program to ever crash. Like, I've never had Stardew Valley crash on me. Here we
I
are.
wonder what we did to it to make it crash. Did we do something wrong? Did I do something?
No, I think maybe it can't handle how great,
Our awesomeness.
how great.
Nah.
Well, I was gonna say how awesome
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, I'll
was.
tell myself that. Yeah.
You're gonna push the awesome to somewhere else.
I mean, the show was pretty good.
I mean, yes, but I was just gonna say we're awesome.
We are.
And leave it at that. But all right,
It's the show we deserve right now, maybe because we're so awesome. How about that?
there you go. There you go. Thanks for rolling with me, Lynn.
Yeah.
Hey, Sin,
Oh, yeah.
welcome. It could be the Moss's revenge. That's true. Mackenzie, I'll go ahead then and just send you an invite, and if you can come, great, and if you can't.
Okay.
So, inviting Lindsay, and I don't even see. Well, I don't see Mackenzie, so I'm just gonna put the invite code in our chat.
Sounds good.
And then you can just join as you feel. Welcome everybody back to some Stardew Valley in the MCU, which is all great stuff.
Hello.
If you only come for the Stardew streams, you may be confused why my picture is now on the other side of the screen, and that is because the other game I'm streaming was very hard to find a place to put my camera shot, and this is what we have.
Is it possible for you to be able to find a different place to put your face for every single Marvel show? Like
I
if you
could.
left for WandaVision and then
Yep.
right for Falcon and then somehow like for
I'll-
Loki like upside down or something.
I was about to
like,
say,
the
for
bottom.
Loki, I should just be upside down, like just something
Or
utterly
you
ridiculous.
could have a lot and then make us guess every week which one is your real face because
Oh, there
that's
you go.
that power that Loki has that they never explored in the later movies. He can
That's true.
duplicate himself.
That's
Yeah.
true. Are you
Hello,
ever not
everybody.
gonna fall over the- Hey,
Hey!
Kristen! Alright. We're here. So we got Lindsay and Lynn and Mackenzie and Kristen and myself. Look at us.
Yeah.
What a group.
I thought for a sec you were going to put our names in alphabetical order. You were almost there, but with the very last minute, it was like, no,
Holy
that's
frick!
okay.
I just got a warp totem for the mountains from an artifact spot.
Ooh.
wow.
What the heck?
Nice.
The
That's
frick-
That,
the
is that
frick-
new?
Dang.
I don't think that's happened that I know of.
That's pretty crazy. I don't even remember where we are. Oh, we're just in the winter. That's what we're doing. Okay.
Because of Winter Soldier, or is that a coincidence?
It is a coincidence, but it's perfect.
We have to harvest 20 gold star vegetables.
Oh,
in the next
right,
month.
because I
Cool.
screwed up and picked a stupid quest without realizing. That's right.
Come on
I
now.
remember. I was very confused and okay. So that means we gotta get some fertilizer going. Like now.
Yes.
Alright.
I've-
I'll go work on that.
I've been thinking a lot about like I try not to torture myself with thoughts like this because
Mhm.
truthfully, there's no use crying over the spilled milk and
Yeah.
things could be a lot worse, et cetera, et cetera. It's not really it's a first world problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think a lot about what it would have been like to have the phase 4 rollout that was originally planned.
Yeah.
Like I could tell immediately, like for 5 minutes into Falcon and Winter Soldier, I was like, oh yeah, this was meant to be the kickoff TV show for Marvel Disney Plus TV shows because it did feel very much like all of the good Marvel movies.
Right.
You can
Yeah.
really tell they meant to do like something that doesn't have that weird WandaVision factor that I just know the Loki TV show is going to have. Like it's
Right.
more. And I don't. That's not to say it was bad, but it does
Right.
not have one thing. It's not is weird,
Right.
and I really could tell that was their original plan. They're going to do Black Widow in theaters, then Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then that Eternals movie, and then WandaVision. Like you could just tell
Yeah.
that was the original intent of the show. So it's going to be interesting to see that play out. I think.
Yeah. I agree because it felt very big.
Yeah.
It did.
Like, it was a little bit over the top for me, that opening scene. Mostly because I was just like, "You're kidding, right?"
No,
See, I was into it. I was like, yes,
I
Sam.
must say I did like it. Like,
I was enjoying it, but there were a couple of moments where I was just like, "That's not how that works. I know this is TV, but that's really not how that works."
You know, I was thinking about this a lot. Like, I was expecting it to be maybe a little bit more conventional, but with that said, it reminded me a lot of like the good Marvel movies, like the like actually Captain America: The Winter Soldier. The action, to me, it seemed really well choreographed.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah.
I think we've all seen so many superhero battles by now that this was a very good one. You can tell this is going to follow those Winter Soldier kind of grounded by adventure vibes, which is it's not really weird like WandaVision. It's not going to be like groundbreaking, but I thought it was well done.
Yeah,
And I absolutely just love. I'm also kind of biased though because I really like what's his name, the French guy who popped up again. I give him his own show. Where's his show? I love him. Isn't his name the Leaper? Don't they call him that?
I don't know. I recognize him as the Winter Soldier guy.
Yeah, Winter Soldier French dude.
Hey,
I love
Andrew.
him. Yeah.
See, and it's funny because like talking about this opening scene, what I kept thinking, because like I loved WandaVision. But, like, watching that whole opening scene, I was just like, see, I feel like I'm at home. Like, I feel like this is home.
Yeah.
Like, after spending so much time in either, like, WandaVision or then, like, before that with Endgame and Far From Home where we're dealing with all this wild stuff, I'm like, I'm watching a man with iron wings fight some weird gymnast people in a plane, and I'm just happy. This just feels good. And that's how I felt.
Yeah,
totally.
No, it felt good.
Yeah.
It definitely felt good, and I was enjoying.
I did have to watch it multiple times to get everything. It was so fast. And that goes for the Flag Smashers battle at the end too.
Yeah.
I had to watch that thing 3 times. I thought the first time I saw it, I was like, is his friend, whose name I can't remember, like, is he wearing that mask because he's a double agent, or is he trying to infiltrate that? It took me a while to figure it out.
Yeah.
Really. Which is good. No complaints. It kept me very engaged.
I was excited. One of them, I thought it was the lead one, but it's not. I think it's the one who's handing out the masks there. That's Aaron Kellyman. That's Finn's Nest.
Yeah, that's the gal from Solo. Yeah, totally.
I was super pumped.
She's awesome. I remember hearing she was going to be in this, and I was like, hell yeah, she should win. Wait, what?
Yeah, I saw. See, I didn't know. If I knew she was going to be in it, I had then lost that knowledge. But I saw her in the credits, and I was like, what the heck? And I freaked out.
Yeah. I think she's going to have a bigger part. Maybe, or hopefully. Like, I think she's gonna be more prominent maybe in later episodes, and that's my hope. That's kind of the impression I've gotten from what I've heard, but I guess it remains to be seen.
Yeah, whoever's doing the kicking, Andrew, I think is enhanced. Hey, John, welcome.
Oh yeah, definitely some enhancements there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think that at least some of those dudes have gotten their hands on something. Because if the government is using enhancements for, Mr. Blonde poster boy, I'm assuming.
Well, yeah.
I'm assuming.
My first thought with that was, is that the same guy? Is fake Captain America the bad guy? Because that's something I would be into.
Wait,
it's also
the same guy as what?
Protocol, but
right.
But note Marvel sticking with the theme that they always have a dick in their show. Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's because that there's dicks all throughout life, Kristen. Maybe that's part of our journey.
I'm just saying, like,
Hey,
I called Hayward first episode. I was like, you're gonna be an asshole.
Oh,
yeah,
and he was.
Yeah. Don't think they were. Yeah.
Hayward is trash. Just trash.
Maybe he's
I
the one
just-
behind the mask.
I just wish
What
that
if Hayward
Darcy
was the new
like,
Captain America?
No.
Ugh.
Oh my
No.
I mean, don't even joke, because that is the kind of thing that like some bureaucratic stiffs would propose. Totally,
100%.
Oh my god!
Look, he brought us to Wanda, so we should make him Captain America, so he doesn't have to sit in jail.
Or that's like, when I watched the WandaVision finale with my sister, and we were, and I told her that for me the most unrealistic thing about the show, and that includes all the like witch battles and stuff.
Yeah.
The most unrealistic thing was that Hayward actually got arrested. And
Yes.
no way. Like, there is no way. Like, I am sorry, but in real life, Mr. Bland government service, I mean, he was an asshole, but he's also just like a bland white dude who works for the government. He's never going to get anything more than a slap on the wrist. That dude will get community service, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, not to jump back to WandaVision, but like, you can't really prove he did. Like, he did illegal things, but you can't prove any of the illegal things. Like, to the extent that he let Wanda see Vision's body to manipulate her, you can't prove that he did that to manipulate her. Like, there's no evidence of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea was that Jimmy Woo had, like, recorded some of what he was saying.
Yes.
But also, with that said, I still think it's going to be very like, oh, well, Hayward shouldn't have done that. He's going to get a little slap on the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
That's anyway. So, it would. I bet he is the new Cap, because that was his sentence. I bet that's his community service. He's literally to become Captain America.
Andrew says there's the super serum with Agent Seal, the Centipede program. That's from a season I watched. I know what you mean. That does bring up a question, though. Do you think the new Captain America is enhanced, or is he just a dude?
Yes.
I think he is.
He's enhanced.
Probably.
I absolutely think he is.
I don't think they do fake Captain America without giving him enhancements.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what people expect from Captain America.
Unless they're really gonna fake him. Like, what if he doesn't actually do anything? What if they like stage things with the new Captain America?
You know,
I mean, they probably will.
I'm sure that they will. Yeah, I'm sure they'll stage a lot. I guess my feeling on it is like, if they were going to go to the effort, then they would want him to at least be able to do some things.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking, though, it's going to be like a bootleg, crappy copy of the enhancement serum. It's not going to be as good. There's going to be something wrong with it. I bet you anything.
Yeah, they need him to be able to do parlor tricks.
Yeah. So they got all the ingredients from Walmart. You know what I'm saying? I bet you anything.
Yeah.
My thing is, though, if they have access to other like kinds of super serum, like, I feel like that would be I mean, maybe this is how we know about it, but I just feel like that's such a thing, like, oh, we just had this lying around and now we decided to have to just pull this out, not when half of our superheroes blipped away, but
right.
When two of them died and one of them retired, now is the time to bring out the new super serum. But it wouldn't be the strangest thing somebody's done in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
True story.
Maybe it's not fair, but I just picture in the Marvel universe all of the like government scientists. It's just like a clown car. Like, I'm sure they were trying to do stuff and just tripping on their own ties and falling face first into a custard pie kind of all the time. Like, I'm sure they've been trying to replicate the serum for decades.
Right.
They probably only just figured it out.
That's fair.
True.
It's probably not even good. That's why I don't think it's even going to be good. I think there's going to be problems with it because, I mean, that's the impression I get with some of these people in this current Marvel version of the government,
Yeah, no, I agree. I have the wrong tool out. That's why this isn't working. There's, I feel like there's, and all we've been talking about is that we haven't really even gotten into Falcon or Winter Soldier in any of this discussion.
Right.
There's no rush. It's happening naturally. I will say, though, the only things about the episode that I maybe would like to have seen differently is it was very much setting up stuff with Sam and Bucky, but we didn't yet see the two of them interact per se, which I would have liked personally.
Well,
I don't think it's gonna like doom the series, but
I'm looking forward to the buddy cop superhero movie that
Yeah.
I was promised. So
That's how I feel. Yeah.
And see,
Like,
like,
I've
so, go ahead.
they're going deeper. They're going deeper than just buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
So I can
For sure,
appreciate
absolutely.
that. I like that. So
I just was gonna say the only thing I truly appreciated about Bucky, not the only thing, but one of the things, the biggest things, was that he has a normal man haircut instead of the long gross hair.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
I bet you anything that was one of the sentences of his pardon is getting like a regular
Better
haircut.
hair.
Like he's got to be in there every 8 weeks.
Better hair than his long, greasy, gross
That's-
hair.
Rule
Yeah.
number 4: washing that thing every other day and getting it cut every other month. Yeah.
See, and I personally, I like the idea that these two are apart because even though, like, we see them hanging out with Cap, I always got the impression, like, they're friends because they're both friends with Steve Rogers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so, like, they're friends enough where Sam is obviously trying to reach out. But, like, I think it makes sense that they're not super hanging out with each other all of the time. They're trying to find their way through. And I think, because, like, if you look at Bucky's amends list, Zemo's on it. We know Zemo's going to be in the show, and if the Flag Smashers take Sam to Zemo in some way, I think they could both find Zemo, and, like, that's why they meet back up, is because they have to go after Zemo.
And I think you're right.
I remember hearing like every discussion of this show from the people who made it and are in it that they wanted it to feel like one movie, like a movie, but it's just gonna be 6 hours long. So I guess if you think about it like that, there are buddy cop movies where they don't meet each other until about 20 minutes in. So maybe the first hour is like the first 20 minutes. That's not really math, but you know.
Right.
Maybe that was the idea. Somebody in the chat did the math. I don't really know.
Well, and you have to establish the other premise of the show, which is society is effed, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, half the population of the world poofed and then poofed back
Yep.
5 years later, and they're just like,
what do we do?
Well, I appreciate that they're talking about that, and it's not just like everything's fine. Look at they're together. Everything's great.
Right.
Yep.
Things are not great.
I absolutely, of all the things that they've done, the things they've done correctly with that snap was that they did not try and sugarcoat anything. It was very like, they came back, but they did not undo the snap. They did not undo it. They brought people back, and they didn't undo the last 5 years. So,
yeah.
Oh yeah, John, I think that's 1,000% what you're supposed to get from that. Is that Bucky killed the son of the old man he's hanging out with.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
That broke my heart.
I know. His face is on the shrine.
they showed it. They showed us a
the same
picture
guy.
just so we really,
Yeah, it's the same guy for sure.
just so we totally got it. I hate to say this because it's very like I'm an adult and everything, but if you had asked me even a couple months ago, Lynn, do you want or need to see the Winter Soldier like going on dates and falling in love and being cute? I would have said no, not really. That date was so cute. Now that's all I want now. I want a show about fucking trying to online date now. That's all I want.
I've never said this sentence before, but that date was the best part of the show.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm 106.
100%. I'm high-fiving you through the internet, my friends. I'm high-fiving you.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
If you guys agree, send us virtual high fives in the chat.
Right.
I don't. That's going to be heartbreaking. That moment where he has to tell that guy.
No,
that's going to be prepared because you know he's gonna do it. He just can't yet. And oh man,
and they are absolutely going to rip our hearts out. There's this Marvel Phase 4. Get ready to cry. You know, you SOBs, get ready to cry.
You thought you cried a lot last time.
Right.
I'm gonna keep crying now. Well, I really like too that like the first show was all about grief, and this one seems to be all about guilt.
Yeah.
Because even that's what's driving Sam. He just, you know,
absolutely.
where Bucky is like, withdrawn and depressed, Sam has bravado. Like, he's hiding
Yep.
his guilt behind, like, I'm coming in, I'm gonna swoop in and save everything, you know.
Totally.
Yeah. Even though his
And his
sister's like,
sister-
this is not gonna go well.
Well, his sister is trying to tell him, no, I've tried to do this, I've tried to do that. He's like, no, but I haven't tried yet. I haven't helped you.
Right.
Like, if I did it.
So, like, it's gonna go better.
And I mean, to a certain extent, I think it's fair to be like, I'm the Avenger, I'm gonna go, like,
Yeah.
try to work my influence, but that doesn't
Yeah.
mean, you know, it's good, but that's not really, like, he had too much personal pride in that. It wasn't I don't know if this is gonna work, but, like, maybe it'll work because I'm an Avenger, but it was like, no, I got this.
Right, I can do this. Be fine. Everything will be great.
Yeah, and she's just like, dude, you aren't listening.
Yeah.
I have been here,
Yeah.
and I tried to do what you and I agreed on, but you essentially died.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
And
trying
I
to
was
hold all this
left.
down by herself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
My parents, whose business it was, aren't here anymore. I
Yeah.
don't have my husband anymore. Oh, and my brother, who was supposed to be helping me, went and got himself disappeared.
Right.
So here I am running a struggling business with 2 young kids.
Yeah.
I did what I could.
Yep.
And at this
Yeah.
point, I've done all that I can, and I have to cut my losses. He's like, no, but like, I didn't try. He's like,
Right.
because you couldn't, because
Right.
you weren't here. And I
Yeah.
know that's not your fault, but I still also blame you a little bit. Because
Yep.
if you
Yeah.
were here, you could have helped.
Yep.
Right, so-
Yeah. Absolutely. And I do like too that she kind of hinted that this was going farther. This dynamic was going all the way back to when Sam left for the military.
Yep.
Like she's the one who
Yeah.
stayed local, and Sam was the one who like went off to the army and probably wasn't even home that often before he was whipped. Like I know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He wasn't running the family business. He was actually working in the I don't know what branch of the military
Air
he was
Force.
in, but Air
Air-
Force. Thank you, Air Force. Oh my God, what am I saying? Air Force. He's flying with wings. Oh my God.
Well, and I think Air Force is
God.
I think Air Force is the branch they have to deal with, because that's also like where
Yeah.
Captain Marvel is from.
Yeah.
Like I feel
Yeah.
like Air Force is the one that they always mention more than anything else.
Andy in the chat pointing out something that I didn't notice until like at multiple times after I'd watched the episode, that Sam was a counselor at the
Yep.
VA. That was when we first meet him, was
That
that
is
he's
true.
counseling soldiers. So it's going to be good for him to interact with Bucky because he can actually be a good therapist, unlike Bucky's horrible therapist. Oh my God, she's so bad. I was laughing that whole time.
She's either really bad or really good, and I can't decide yet.
I was gonna say she's so bad that she's actually good.
But
You know,
she just seems to look. Well, I think she just won't let him BS her. But we'll
Yeah.
see. I don't know. You know me. I don't
mean-
trust anybody.
No, it's very tough love, which is maybe that's what Bucky needs, but it did make me laugh.
I mean, he was lying to her the entire time.
And she knew it too.
Yeah.
Really? You didn't do anything illegal? Well,
Are you sure?
well, you know,
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe
Not a
little.
big deal. Yeah.
No, I think he needs a firm hand because
Yeah.
he doesn't know what to do. And she's just like, well, if you just follow your gut, you'll mostly be okay, but you aren't doing that. So
Yeah.
I need you to do some good shit, okay?
Well,
Right.
and like he's. I mean, obviously he's struggling because of the nightmare he keeps having, which he doesn't want to tell her about. Because that's probably one of the harder ones. Because if the nightmare is accurate, then the son wasn't even his target. His son was a witness.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So it's
And that's just one incident. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's interesting too, because Bucky's experience is so different than the other soldiers that are in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
Because he's traumatized from doing bad things in service of bad people.
Yep.
People like
Mhm.
Sam and Steve can tell themselves, well, it was in the service of my country,
Yep.
yada yada. literally fighting the Nazis, whatever, yada yada.
Right.
Not Bucky. He killed innocent people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And I do like that she, like the therapist, is a form like military.
Yeah, she said I
Like,
used to.
Yeah.
I'm also a soldier. I get some of this.
Yeah.
I've done it. That's why I'm in this chair. Like,
Well, I think that's part of it too. Like, it's one thing if you've never served and you're talking to somebody like that, but she is talking to him from experience.
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
Absolutely.
I like the part where he was talking to the lady at the car and he's like using his real name
Yeah.
and like drawing it out. I'm like, okay.
Yes. Somebody
That's
called
what-
it like former bad guys anonymous or something.
Oh, I got a cutscene. Forgot about this one with Sam and the band. I'm gonna be in cutscene land for a little while, Lindsay.
Okay.
Name is James Buchanan Barnes. No longer the Winter Soldier.
I literally forget that his name isn't Bucky.
Right.
I love that sarcastic little smile that he does at the end of his speech.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was
That's
the second best part of the episode for sure. That was really funny.
Oh yeah. Yes. That was great.
hmm
Well, and the best
The
part.
only-
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to complain that I work at a museum, and when Bucky destroyed that giant painting to get that dude, I was more upset about that than any of the
Did
death.
it- did it
that's not
hurt?
Okay.
Yeah.
He punched through with his metal arm, and
Yep.
I will personally not forgive him. I'm on his amends list now. He has to make amends to me.
I see. If we want to talk about
There's never a
museums,
deal to put that shit back together.
if we want to talk about museums, I want to talk about who here actually
Yeah.
thought that the shield was going to stay in that museum.
Nobody.
Yeah.
I was hoping.
Well, when I saw it, I was like, is this really going to stay in the museum? It's made out of freaking vibranium. And I was like, well, Wakanda's kind of like on the scene now, so maybe vibranium isn't like rare anymore. And then it showed up at the end, and I was like, freaking A.
And
Oh.
now Sam feels more guilty
Yup.
because they're like, well, you wouldn't do it, even though Cap handpicked you.
Mm-hmm.
So, blah, blah,
Right.
blah.
When that guy from the museum was like, you did the right thing, I got very Hayward vibes. I was like, ooh, you're going to be an
Yeah.
asshole somehow.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, most of the
Definitely.
museum scene, though, I was really distracted because I was just screaming, Rhodes! Really loud. Like, Rhodey!
Howdy. Woo.
Rhodey!
No, it was so much fun to see him.
Yeah.
That was a great scene. That was a great moment.
Mm-hmm.
That was the kind of moment that I wanted with Doctor Strange and WandaVision, because it makes sense for him to be there,
Mm-hmm.
and it would have been weird if he hadn't been there. Not that I'm still bitter or anything.
I mean, it's only been a couple weeks, so we'll allow you.
Well,
to
I
do that.
can hold on to a grudge for a lot longer than that. It's true.
I know.
I-
So this is fine.
I did wonder though whether that Mr. The new Captain America, Mr.
Yeah.
Butthead, is his
Mhm.
shield just a replica?
No,
Did they
No,
make
it
him
was-
his own shield?
no, it's the real
shield.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know for sure?
We don't know
I
for
mean-
sure, but
But it is.
it is.
I mean,
Why
the
wouldn't
smart
it
thing
be?
to do would have been to make him his own. I can imagine the Smithsonian was okay with that, but
Lynn, I
I
know
don't
you
think the
believe in
Smithsonian had a
museums.
choice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Smithsonian didn't get much of a say.
It was
I
more
know,
like,
I
hey,
just-
we're the government.
This
what I
belongs
really
to us.
wanted, was a heist scene where Sam had to break in and steal the shield back. I really wanted to see that. That would have been
Oh,
very
that would
cool.
have been great.
That would have been cool.
I would have
And
really
I'm-
liked that.
I would have loved that.
I was kind of waiting for that, but
Yeah.
I haven't watched a trailer in a very long time, but I do know the shield shows up in the thing. I plan on watching none of the
Yeah.
weekly promos.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I've watched nothing except for the actual show, and I'm good with that. In part because I loved not knowing anything in WandaVision so
Yes.
much
Right.
that I'm just like, I'm gonna roll with this. We're going. I don't know shit. Let's go.
Yay. Title
I
of my
wa-
autobiography.
I
Title of my
watched the
memoirs.
Super Bowl trailer for Falcon and Winter Soldier,
Yes.
but I haven't watched anything since. And I'm
Yeah.
like, when is the part where they're arguing in therapy? That's what I want.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't wait.
That-
I can't wait.
That is my buddy cop movie that I want.
I'm ready for that right now, please.
Yes, I want that. I want them. Okay. I want them to be arguing in therapy and then get into a fight with somebody and be having the same
argument
during a fight.
Yes.
Well, that
Like
would be
that's
cool.
what I want.
And make
Almost
you
like
Sam.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith style. Like
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. That's really the vibes that they need to go for. Is more
Yes.
like not just Lethal Weapon, but like Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That's what I want.
Hello.
And I'm gonna get it. I'm
Hey,
sure-
Kathleen! It's wonderful to hear you.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
We have,
How's it
a,
going?
we have like a full C4 crew up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Hello,
it.
hello.
So good. We're discussing Falcon and Winter Soldier, as you may have divined.
Yes.
It was very good.
From
Yes.
the little bit I heard, it sounds like we're still waiting on the best part of them just being an old married couple while also being superheroes.
Yes.
Yes.
hmm That's
Yes.
what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it. It's gonna happen. I just have to.
There's there's a lot they have to keep bringing in though, because we still haven't gotten to Zemo, and we still haven't gotten to Sharon Carter.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like this
Yeah.
episode was very much setting the scene for their emotions,
Yes.
Yeah.
Their feels.
and then
Right.
the story will go. But I mean, how long is this season? It's only six episodes, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So they got a lot of story to tell.
I'm hoping that
They're
they
gonna be-
continue to be 50-minute episodes, though.
I do too.
That's fair.
I think they're supposed to be. I think
That's
the
fair.
idea is that all of the Marvel shows that they've made are roughly 6 hours of runtime,
Oh,
and it
okay.
just depends on how they split it up. I think that's the idea.
That would make sense. Because I wondered
think
if that's
that's
what
the
they would
idea.
do. Is because WandaVision had more episodes, but maybe that was
Yeah.
going to be because
Yeah.
it just needed
Okay,
to
that
be.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is not something that I considered. I like that.
But then again, I was also lied to by the opener of season 2 of Mando being 50 minutes, and like none of the episodes after that were that long, and I was like,
I think everyone from everywhere
Mhm.
can agree that Mandalorian episodes just need to be longer.
Yes.
They just
Yep.
need to be longer.
I have never once gone, wow, when will this Mandalorian episode end? I've never had that thought.
No.
Never will either.
No.
Ever.
Never.
Especially
That's
not
never gonna
if,
happen.
if Cobb Vanth is there. I definitely won't be thinking
Right. That is also true.
Well, I'll be yelling a lot of different stuff at the TV if Cobb Vanth is there, and that's for sure. That's not even. I'm not even embarrassed to admit that.
What was the name of the guy working with Sam in the beginning? Because I really like him.
Torres? Okay, Torres
Yes, I
is
like
a
him too.
good-looking man. He is a
Yeah.
very
Yes.
good
That guy's
looking man.
hot. Where'd they find that dude?
I don't know, but they need to keep putting him in things because he was, yes,
He's pretty to look at.
he was
Let
a
us
yes.
let us know in the chat if you guys also think Torres is hot.
Let us know if you guys think he is also a yes.
And if you don't, just don't type it because we're all gonna get mad at you.
Just
Yeah.
let us if you would just say in the chat that you would. That's all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Agree.
One thing I will say, I feel like this is a weird criticism to have, but did anybody else think that the scene where Torres is talking to Sam after the rescue at the market in
Moon stuff.
Tunisia was weirdly shot? Because for whatever, I watched this episode 3 times, and
Mhm.
when Torres and Sam are talking, the camera is never on Torres's. It's like behind Torres's neck.
I thought
Like, even
the
if Torres is
therapist
saying
scene was
something,
weirdly shot.
You don't see his what?
I thought the therapist scene was weirdly shot.
Yes.
That I felt like was an artistic choice, which is definitely weird.
Right.
But I
I feel
wanted-
like that's something we see in therapist scenes a lot.
yeah.
The person just tiny at the bottom of the frame.
Well, it's to
with
make you feel
background.
uncomfortable because you're in therapy,
Yeah.
so you should feel uncomfortable.
Maybe,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you guys. I think that's a therapy scene thing.
Yeah.
No, the guy
Some-
when they were talking about moon stuff and
Moon stuff.
Sam was just like, don't touch my drone.
Yeah.
Like don't touch my drone. I got the weirdest feeling that Torres was he was doing sneaky shit.
right.
Yeah.
Because he was
Yes.
standing up and just like with the camera on his phone just going. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
are you trying to like get a geotag or something? Like I don't
Well, he
What
was.
are
He
you
was.
doing?
He was doing the augmented reality thing.
Yeah.
Right, and I figured it out, but like for the first 20 seconds or so, we had no idea what he was doing. I was like, are you trying to call in the bad guys again? Like, what are you doing?
What is this strange dance?
There's a part of me that's worried he's gonna end up being a bad guy.
I hope not.
I don't.
And that was the vibe I got immediately at
See,
the beginning of that scene.
That
I really hope
if
not.
if he is, it's because he has to be in a rival group because he got the crap beat out of him
Yep.
by the Flag Smashers, and it wasn't for
I was
anyone's
literally
benefit.
just gonna say that.
It wasn't like
Right.
Sam was with him or anything to
Yep.
see it.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have needed to see his perspective. Like, he could still end up being bad, but to me, if he is, it's because he's with a rival group or something.
Mm-hmm.
But, like,
Yeah.
I don't trust anyone, and I'm kind of at the point, like, if he is a bad guy, then that's okay. He can be right.
Yeah.
He can, he has the type of face that says, I won't tell you you're wrong, whatever your beliefs are.
Uh-huh.
So it's okay. But no, I think if there's gonna be any kind of sleeper bad guy, it's gonna be the therapist.
Totally.
Oh.
Interesting.
I would like that. I'd be
Mhm.
into that.
I think that's gonna be the thing.
I do.
I was
I
going
do
to
wonder
a
what-
building that we don't have here. It's on my other farm. Sorry.
I do wonder with Torres if he was going to be a quote unquote bad guy.
Mhm.
I can see the government trying to order him to work with the new Captain America or go after Sam if Sam and Bucky are doing and then he would feel like he had to do it and then be a bad guy in that sense. Like, I don't see this guy joining the Flag Smashers. I could see this guy feeling like he needs to obey his government orders than having him eventually make the decision not to. Totally.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew wants to know how far down the Marvel comic rabbit hole we want to go. He apparently has answers.
Oh.
I mean, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, like, this one isn't supposed to be a direct adaptation of anything the way WandaVision was, right?
Right.
Not as far as I know.
I think this one is just, like, it's the two of them. Because as far as I'm aware, like, Falcon and Winter Soldier don't interact like this, but I could be wrong.
Are you trying to say, Andy, that you know stuff about the Torres character from the comics?
Yeah, I guess when we're talking rabbit hole, for which character are we going down the rabbit hole?
Yeah.
Andy, is Torres hot in the comic books?
Yeah, that's the first question. Is he hot in the comic books? And we can go down that rabbit hole. Tell us the attractiveness level of the various characters of the Marvel.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Andy, 1 to 10.
Tell us how attractive these people are. That's the most important thing.
No.
Oh man, he is going to be typing for a while.
Yeah.
Because we asked him so much.
Yes, he just says yes. Torres is hot in the comics. Is that what we're getting?
Woo!
I'm taking that's what that yes means. That he's canonically hot.
Yes.
Got it.
Torres
It
is
has
hot
been
in the
written.
comics.
Amen.
Okay. I think he mean yes, the Torres rabbit hole, but I'm still taking it as yes, Torres is hot in the comics.
I really want him to be
No,
saying he's not.
That's what we all want, Jess. So it doesn't matter what he meant. That's what we all want. So.
We all want
Andy
that.
says yes in a sense. In a sense.
What does he has fire powers. That's what he's trying to say, isn't it?
Okay. Oh, all right. Okay, semantics.
I would like to address Sam's relationship with his sister.
Which was perfect.
Yeah.
Like perfect.
It was. Yes, it was. And I just looked over at Eric. I was like, "Yep, this tracks as a sibling. This tracks.
Yep.
Like, yep."
1000%. Okay. Andrew says he's currently a 9.5 in the series and like a 7 in the comic books. Okay, I'm glad we've improved.
Oh, thank you for your service, Andy. Thank you for letting us know.
I mean, I'd rate him a little higher than 9.5 personally, but like I appreciate this.
11.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if they shot more of his dialogue scenes actually on his face when he was talking to Sam, then maybe I would have given him a 10. I feel like 9.5 is fair, but
And not smashing his face up.
yeah, that put him down to a 9.5.
Yeah.
That definitely put him down to a 9.5.
really put his face. Like, I don't really want to see your face bloody. I would like it clean.
But they didn't get his nose or his teeth, though, did they?
But if he gets a really good scar out of it,
Ooh, now we're talking.
this is just
Now
his
we're talking.
metamorphosis period.
All right, that's fine. If that's how we're gonna play it. I'm down.
This just became. How do we have Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie, and here we are? This is now the Taurus Thirst stream.
I don't know, because I could just stare at Anthony Mackie or Sebastian Stan all day.
I could pretty much anyone in this show I could stare at all day and it would be fine.
That's.
Let me be clear. There are only attractive people in this show.
Yes.
I remember seeing that the actor that plays like New Cap.
Yeah.
I saw him randomly. I couldn't remember what movie I'd seen that guy in. That is Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell's son.
Yeah.
He was in I think at one point I actually saw one of those Jump Street movies with Channing Tatum. He was in that, and he played like a handsome jock. Yeah, that's what I remembered him from.
Gotcha. There you go.
So they were casting a handsome jock type. That's who they thought of, which is
Perfect.
kind of awesome. So I don't want to, maybe can't say this in the stream, but it's maybe this will be the horniest show for a while until we. I don't know. Maybe that's how it's going to be.
I assume that's going to increase in level of horniness as each series progresses.
I'm really like, I'm trying not to think about the Loki series. I'm actively trying to push that out of my brain. I can't.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I can't deal with the knowledge right now. Oh my God, I cannot. I
I could stare at Tom Hiddleston all
day.
See, I want to like. I also have to do normal things in my day-to-day life and not just like lie face down on my floor and like cry. So
his chin is a dead giveaway. You're right.
His chin is a dead giveaway. That's accurate. Yeah.
See, but when New Cap came on, I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Well,
Nah.
I mean, yeah, you can.
In part because I was just pissed that there was a new
I was like,
Cap.
no. Well, I was waiting for some sort of horrible announcement. I was waiting for some like new rule or law or something. And then I was like, nah, we just took the shield. And I was like, dang it. Dang it.
You know, I sort of wonder if that was the idea with casting Wyatt Russell. They wanted somebody who was like.
How many cutscenes am I getting? Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. Keep going.
No, it's fine. I wonder if the idea was they had him put the helmet on. They were like, okay, so he's looking a little bit bargain Chris Evans. That's the idea.
Yeah. I think that was intentional.
I'm sure that's what the casting director was thinking. Like, he's kind of like Chris Evans, except he's kind of also not at all.
Oh, don't say that.
So I just said it.
Learn how to make cookies.
Take it back.
Never.
That's an insult to Chris Evans.
Yeah.
What, that this guy is bargain Chris Evans? I said he's bargain Chris Evans.
But just don't put him in the same sentence. That's not fair.
Yeah.
You don't want me to put the new Captain America in the same sentence as Chris Evans, who played the old Captain America? That's gonna be hard, man.
I'd really rather we not do that. I'm with Kristen.
All right. Okay.
Whoops, I clicked something.
Well, I'm not voted.
My bad, Alex. I didn't mean to say whatever I said. I clicked on accident because I'm trying to speed through your dialogue, so I don't want to read it. My bad. Don't laugh at him. Oh my god, how many cutscenes are there? Okay, we're done. For a second I thought, no, this is still a cutscene. This is my fourth cutscene. My fourth cutscene. I walked in a house and this is my fourth cutscene.
Boy, it's like a movie,
Dang.
practically.
Crazy.
I have the shirtless Alex one.
Oh boy.
So there you go.
The one of the aspects of the show that I think that they're going to be leaning into more that'll be interesting is like, and it's kind of a heavy topic, but I think they're also going to be leaning into race and racism in and around the Captain America mantle. Like
I think so too.
I think so too, yeah.
That was one of my things. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we cast a blonde white guy again.
Yeah. And I mean, like, that's very intentional. Because, like, it's one thing to just make the next Captain America also white, but the fact that they went with that particular look, I think it was very intentional.
Oh,
I know it's getting late game.
Well,
You made me watch 4 cutscenes.
And there was a really quick reference to it at the bank too. I don't know if anybody all caught it.
that's
Why does
supposed to
that
be the vibe
always
from the
happen to
bank.
people like
Yeah.
us?
Yeah, it's always. Well, I liked Falcon's line or Sam's line too of trust me, whenever it gets better for somebody, it gets worse for somebody
Works
else,
for somebody else.
Yes.
which is very
Yeah.
accurate, very very accurate.
Yeah.
So,
No, I
And it's
think
gonna
that
be-
that's going to be a nice way,
Yeah.
just commentary on society,
yeah, no,
which
I-
this whole show is, because we're
Yeah.
exploring what happens after half the world disappears and comes
Yeah.
back.
right.
You know, and I like too. We're still finding out what the Flag Smashers want and are going for.
Yeah,
But it seems to me that like if they're going with the comics too, then it's very like anarchy.
mm-hmm.
Like they don't want any systems of nations at all.
That is what
Like
Taurus
they
said,
absolutely
yeah.
don't want there to be any
Mhm.
flags of nations. And so it's kind of like we're gonna have the government buttholes, and then we're gonna have we shouldn't have government at all
Mm-hmm.
buttholes. You know,
Yes.
and our heroes are going to be kind of in between these two extremes of beehole. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
between the buttholes is what this show is going to be.
I think you should have called the stream that instead of
Between the buttholes.
Well, that's what we can call it next week. Instead of between two ferns, it's between.
I don't know,
The
Lynn, when you were
buttholes.
like buttholes, I just keep thinking of my kids who like, try to say something like that they think is bad and they're like, you said stupid. And I'm like, well, in the grand scheme of things,
I'm really trying to swear less in the stream, and that's my goal for myself. It's like this is going to be on YouTube. People's kids could maybe see it. I don't know.
You never know.
it just reminded me of my kiddos at school who are like, oh, they said the S word. And I'm like, what S word? They're like, stupid. And my response, I always want to be like, guys, that's not. My sister's like, your response should be, oh shit, that's not that bad.
You should say to the kids, no one gives a, and then say that word. Like,
Guys, no one gives a shit. And then Kristen is jobless and moving in with one of you.
You keep saying that. I keep telling you that's not a threat. That's not a threat.
I know you said that earlier this week, and I'm like, yeah,
I
but
know.
I have a room, and I enjoyed living with you for 4 years.
Then you just have to find a job where you can say no one gives a shit to the people that you're interacting with.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with that. I wish I had one of those.
I know, right?
Tiny children are not the right place for that.
No.
No.
True story. But you could try and get a job at the elementary school behind my house.
There you go.
You could walk
Ugh,
to work.
elementary.
You work.
I work in early childhood. That's different.
I can just see, Kristen, I can just see you interviewing like, so why did you leave your last job? Well, I said the S word. Stupid? Exactly.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, that S word for sure.
That's definitely the S word I said.
John in the chat saying something interesting.
Mm-hmm.
He felt like the bank scene actually needed to have more commentary. He felt like one writer wanted it to be commentary and someone else didn't want it.
Yeah.
I kind of think it was just very subtle commentary. I don't think they were
Mhm.
hitting you on the head and being like, because he's black, but it was like,
I think it's Marvel just trying to figure out what they can do because they
Yeah.
haven't done a lot of on the nose commentary. I mean, I remember
Yes.
people like when Black Panther came out, you had half the crowd that were like, "Oh, they didn't go far enough," and the other crowd was like, "Wow, I didn't need this in my superhero movie." You know what I mean? And so I think they're trying to like be honest and get the nuance and the commentary in there, but they're also like, okay, what are people ready for? Which shouldn't be the arbiter, but it is.
Yeah.
So I don't. I mean,
Absolutely.
maybe it was
Absolutely.
two writers compromising. Like I don't know. I wasn't there. It's certainly a possibility. But I definitely think Marvel is trying to figure out like to what extent can they be honest? Because this stuff was in the comics. I mean, Stan Lee
yeah.
talked about social issues all the time. So like
Oh,
to what extent can they live in that spirit? And at what point are people going to be like, okay, but we also just want to watch people fight and stuff?
Well, yeah, I mean, Disney, Marvel is part of the corporation that wants money.
Yes.
They don't want.
Oh,
they're
for
not-
sure.
They're never gonna They're never going to do something that would cause like a massive outcry of people, blah, blah, blah. They're
Right.
never really going to do that.
At the end of the day,
because
they
they're-
want their money, yes.
Not
So it'll
Disney.
So it'll be interesting to see. And I think, too, with this show, it's going to be one of the more bingeable ones.
Yes.
Like, I almost
Yeah.
really like the format of WandaVision where you were kind of wanting to digest it
Yeah.
after watching it. And obviously, every week when the episode ended, I was like, no, it's too short. But there's so much to digest. With this, I think, we're just getting into this story. We are really just getting into this story.
Yeah.
And I could
Yeah.
easily see myself rewatching 2 or 3 episodes at a time.
For sure.
Yeah. And I do think that the bank scene is a nice primer.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
that's going
Yeah.
to come up again. Because it's
Totally.
clearly very important to Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like, that's going to come up over and over again. And I am interested to see what they do with it.
They also gave us some really important exposition, is that just because you are an Avenger does not mean you
Right,
have
I
a
thought
lot
that
of
was so
money.
interesting. I thought that was
I
incredibly interesting.
I feel like Tony could have, given all of those guys several $1 million or like had them on
Yeah.
retainer as like Stark
Right.
employees or something. I guess not. Jeez Louise.
Let's
Well,
not speak ill of the
To
dead.
be fair, he was dead for 5 years.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
Tony
yeah.
could have had him in his will and then was like, yeah, but he's not here.
Right.
Like-
Right.
That little, that tiny little detail.
Well, and he didn't necessarily answer whether or not Stark was paying them. He just said like it was a lot of goodwill. That could be Stark's goodwill.
Yeah.
John in the chat pointing out, let's be real, the Avenger that Tony probably gave money to is Peter Parker.
Yeah, just
if
all
that's
of it.
not the truth,
That's a
Peter
true
is a-
story.
that
He
kid is
put
a
that shit in
billionaire.
a trust.
He probably gave that kid $1 billion trust. I swear that's probably what he did.
I like Andrew's question. The Flag Smashers
Yeah.
were stealing from a Swiss bank. Who do we think they were stealing from? Because they could have, like, if they want to get rid of, like, borders and stuff, they could be looking for, like, funds that government leaders from other countries might have had or whatever.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I've read too many like spy books or whatever, but isn't a Swiss bank account like the stereotypical someone's a rich jerk
Yeah.
and they don't have like
It's the Swiss or the Cayman Islands.
exactly you
Yeah.
either have an offshore Cayman Islands account or a Swiss bank account or both. So they
Yeah.
were stealing from people who were hiding their money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like before the idea of offshore accounts, there were Swiss banks.
Exactly.
Mm.
You
Right.
said that very dramatically, like, before there were offshore accounts.
It's true. It makes
There
me
were
feel
the
like you
Swiss
have one,
banks.
Kathleen. It makes me feel like you secretly
If
have
any
one.
of us
How
have
do
a
I
Swiss
know
bank
so much?
account, it would be Kathleen.
What are you hiding?
Guys, I have a family that's moving to the Cayman Islands, and when I heard it, I was like,
Really?
"Ooh, that's where all the shady." Well, actually, my sister was like, "That's where all the shady offshore accounts always
my
are."
gosh.
Yeah.
Kristen, is your family shady? Do you not want to talk about it in the chat?
Not my family. All family
Okay.
at school. The mom's Cayman, so
Are
no.
they-
God, my family's not moving to the Cayman Islands. I wish.
Was the family at your school shady?
No, the kids are just, they're the ones that I have to say their name a lot every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'd keep an eye on them if I was you. You don't know what they're up to.
They're up to making me angry is what they're up to.
Well, I mean, I'm sure a lot of them are up to that, but I think these kids might be shady.
Maybe.
And yeah, Andrew, I think that's what was going on with the bank teller. And
Yeah,
The bank
yeah.
teller is, I mean, he was such he was,
The loan officer, yeah.
yeah, he was like, just the way he was all like into the selfies and everything, and it's like, dude,
Right.
like, come
Yeah.
on.
And it just goes to show you,
Just in
you
case.
know, you can be a popular, well-loved, recognizable Avenger.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to stuff like getting a bank loan, I mean, if you're Black
Nobody
in America,
gives a shit
then
about you.
yeah. I do. It did make me think a little bit of those of you who like Portlandia might
Mhm.
remember the classic sketch with Kumail Nanjiani where he
Yes.
plays a bank loan officer who does birthday parties.
Yes.
So people who are invited to over-the-top birthday parties and need to take out a birthday party loan
It's such a
go
good
to him to
sketch.
get approved.
It's such a
It's-
good sketch.
It's classic. Everybody should watch it
Dang.
after this.
I love him best as the guy who works at the cell phone store.
Yes, that is 100%. Kumail plays a similar character, and
he plays like the same character but just in different jobs, and it's just so funny.
like a waiter, and the guy who works at the electric company, but the cell phone store guy is the best.
The cell phone store is
true.
The best way. This is the everything or the everything plus plan. What's the everything plus plan? Everything plus texting? Oh, that show's so good. It's
I've been
just so
rewatching
good.
Portland in quarantine. It's honestly really good.
It's so good. Oh, that's a show I could talk about on stream for hours, but that's a very big different direction. No, I lost track. What were we talking about? They were stealing. Oh, okay. We're
Talking about the flag smashers and the Swiss bank accounts.
Makes sense. Yes.
Yep. Mm.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I mean, the bags were big, but we don't know what was in them. It could be some, like,
That's
you know
true.
how in spy movies they go to some crazy bank account and they're like, here's all your passports and here's all your guns and shit.
Right.
Oh, like a bank, like a safety deposit box.
That's true.
Yeah, so
It could be.
maybe they just took a bunch of that kind of crap. Like, maybe they found some special serum or some shit. Like,
Right.
who knows?
That's literally what happens in the Bourne Identity, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. He goes to the bank account and he's like, I don't know who I am, but this bank account, this box has a bunch of passports for me in different names and languages.
Yep.
Cool.
Do you guys think Zemo will be a flag smasher, or do you think he will be another one of those groups?
That's a good question.
No, Zemo's gonna be out for Zemo. I don't.
Yeah.
If he is a flag smasher, he's not gonna be like because he wants anarchy.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he wants something.
Well, he could
Yeah.
still,
He wants something specific.
Yeah, I wonder what his motivation is going to be, because he did tear the Avengers apart, but they're also kind of back together. So, like, is he going to be like, I got to try for round 2, or is he going to have a new thing?
I mean, he is the kind of person that would easily manipulate the flag smashers for his own ends, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
But one thing I didn't remember until the last time I rewatched Civil War was that after he gets Cap and Tony fighting, he tries to shoot himself.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Black Panther stops him.
Yes.
So I mean, what kind of state is he in when he's taken in alive?
Yeah.
And he's been locked up for more than 5 years. We have no information if he blipped or not, but like
That's true. He could have.
Yeah.
Right. We don't know if he blipped or not. Yeah.
But how long was he in lockup even with that taken into account? I'm kind of losing track of the timeline. But if he's arrested at the end of Civil War, and then there's like 2 years or whatever, and then there's Infinity War, and we don't know if he blipped, there was like 5 years. I don't know. It's a lot. I mean, he could have been in jail for a while, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yes. And maybe he did blip and then came back, but it wasn't his cell anymore. And he's just like, hey, bye guys.
Ooh.
Like,
Oh,
Peace.
yeah.
I'm out.
Good point.
Right,
Catch
well, because
me.
you don't got the lock on this door anymore.
right.
See ya.
They close the jail, and then everybody who was in jail just comes back and is free now.
Yeah. That's a good
Mhm.
point.
Later.
Yeah, that whole thing is so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Like trying to go through like what happened.
Yeah, we
Apparently
have
you aren't
no.
allowed to listen to me.
What does your dog think? What does your dog think Zemo's motivation is?
Mia just saw people outside, so we needed
She
to.
panicked.
Our,
She panicked.
Yeah. We needed to express our dominance from the ottoman cushion that is level with the windowsill.
As one does. I mean, Thanos didn't get out of his chair for a very long time. And
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I often think it must reinforce, be positive reinforcement for dogs, because if they bark at someone who's outside and that person just walks past the house and doesn't do anything, then they probably think that their barking is what's caused that. They're like, yep, it worked. It's a hard job, but someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made it happen.
Oh, John in the chat pointing out, I wonder how many criminals given death sentences or life sentences are arguing in the MCU courts that because they blipped,
they
they
died.
technically served their sentence.
Interesting.
Good point. I remember in Spider-Man Far From Home,
Mhm.
there that was the first movie that dealt with that. They were talking about how they were legally the same age when they came back.
Yeah.
Like they weren't considered like
Yeah.
that one like Flash was trying to drink champagne on the plane because he would have been 21.
Right.
And they were like, nope, he blipped, he's still 16.
Right.
And they took it away. So
See,
I have to think that
now you just had me thinking of that memorandum that had like the Getty Ross images and like
and like Candle in the Wind or something.
and it's like simultaneously one of the saddest and most hilarious scenes of all time in any Marvel movie.
Yes, that YouTube tribute video. Oh my god, it was so good.
In school, like announcements newscast is one of the greatest things the MCU has ever done, and it makes me I cannot wait for more in No Way Home.
I feel like that's the one that's going to be, people aren't really as hyped for that yet because there's so much coming out before then.
Right.
But it's going to be very good. I really feel it.
I'm jazzed.
I really was expecting an after credit scene just because I felt like Falcon and Winter Soldier is more conventional MCU movie.
Yeah.
That's really what I expected, but like I guess if the idea is that they're trying to do a 6-hour movie,
Right.
then are we not going to get one until the last episode or what?
Yeah, it could be. I did
Yeah.
the classic scrub through. The nice thing about Disney Plus versus the theaters, I can just, is there gonna be one? Nope. Okay, I can move on with my life.
Well, one of the things about Disney Plus that I have noticed is that as you watch the credits, they make them small and then tell you to watch the next thing,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Not if there's an end credit scene.
Oh, interesting.
So if you just sit and just hang out and process what you're watching, and the credits don't get small, you better keep watching.
Interesting.
Okay, that's true.
I'm not 100% sure that's the case with the single episode thing, because there's not like a next episode, because I literally sat all the way through and I just let them play, and I did with WandaVision also, and they never got small. They stayed big.
Oh my god.
For all of them.
Oh, see, mine always
kidding.
get little on my TV.
Like mine do if there's like another episode of something to watch, but if there's not.
Oh no, see, mine always, like with WandaVision, it was like, watch Age of Ultron.
Oh,
Afterwards.
Yeah.
Mine would do that too. Mine usually does it around the time you hit the cast.
Mm-hmm.
Mine does for other stuff, but not for that.
Interesting.
Weird.
Okay, we've gotten 4 gold star things. I've been doing parsnips because they just grow real fast.
Mm-hmm.
No, that makes sense. Because I did get a gold star hot pepper out of the greenhouse yesterday, and it did not count as growing it, and it also would not let me put it in the shop at Pierce.
Interesting. Well, parsnips counted, so maybe for some reason the pepper doesn't count as a vegetable.
Maybe.
Because I
just was
almost
like-
tried blueberries because blueberries have such a fast turnover, and I'm like, those are a fruit. They definitely won't count.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can just do all parsnips because we only need 25, so like that's fine.
Yeah, just grow a bunch.
Just grow a crap ton of parsnips and be done.
All parsnips.
I have 200 parsnip seeds because I started doing the thing where I was buying seeds at the end of the season, so we would have them for the start of the season.
Oh yes.
Only this will kind of ruin that plan a little bit, but we'll still have some seeds.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
But
we're not using
either way, see, when I watch these shows, I watch them on this computer that I'm streaming from, where, like, my monitor is literally, like, a hand-me-down HD TV screen that my parents don't need anymore. So I'm literally, like, playing this on a TV. So I just bring up Disney Plus, like, on the internet. And, so I can always just scrub through, versus, like, if you're trying to watch
like a
it.
Roku or a...
Right. So it's a little bit
Interesting.
easier.
That is cool. I'm wondering, because we had this cameo from Rhodey, and I'm wondering if we're going to have any other Avenger cameos, and if so, who? I kind of would hope that they would let us stay in the Bucky and Falcon relationship, but I don't think they're. I kind of don't know if it's going to be as contained as WandaVision. What do you guys think?
I think it would make sense to keep having Rhodey show up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I think it makes the most sense for him to interact with other military Avengers, which is why Rhodey makes sense. But, like, the other ones, like, Carol's not around. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know who it would be. I mean,
They've got to have a scene where someone from Stark shows up and gives Sam's sister, like, $5 million.
Right.
I want that.
It doesn't need to be Pepper Potts, but like they could do it. That would be interesting.
Happy.
Or it would be Peter Parker going, I don't deserve this money that Tony gave me. Have some.
No.
Like, why do I have this?
Could be.
Or like, I'm a 16-year-old. I don't need this much money.
What am I doing with this?
I
don't
can't picture
know.
saying that. I can't picture Peter saying that. I mean, maybe, but
I don't know. I feel like if Pepper were to give anybody anything, she'd be like, "Here is a vagina candle."
yeah, that's really what we're missing is a little bit more of like
some
goop products.
Some goop
Yeah.
products, yeah.
Totally.
We need the goop products.
Showing up and criticizing Sam and Bucky for eating and then just leaving.
Like, wow, Pepper really went a little crazy when Tony died.
She's trying to be a lifestyle influencer. She's claiming she invented yoga.
My favorite clip is like when she's on that weird cooking show and she's like, and they were like, yeah, you know, when you were in Spider-Man, you're like, I was in Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Like, in her defense, they literally just flew her somewhere and were like, okay, you're gonna do a Marvel scene, and didn't even really tell her. But it just sounds funny. Like, she's like, oh, yeah, I was in
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
exactly. I'm sure she thinks of like just I'm just doing another one of these Iron Man things with Robert, and then she doesn't pay attention to what specific movie it is. That's
Right.
absolutely true.
Right.
I feel like being on the moon was a reference to something, but I don't know enough about the comics to know what. Like,
I just assumed it's like the
something happening
conspiracy.
on the moon.
Like, I think conspiracy theorists is like the moon.
Well, I mean, yeah, the moon is awesome. I know conspiracy theorists do say that, but
you know,
the moon is really cool.
To me, that's a really unbelievable thing. Is conspiracy theorists think anyone's on the moon?
I have heard that the best way to deal with a conspiracy theorist is to one up them. So if they're like, the moon landing was fake, to be like, you believe in the moon.
Yeah.
And like laugh at them for believing in the moon.
I'm sure I've said this before, but that's one of my favorite things to do to new employees is to just anytime we have a moon story, just look over and just start talking about like, isn't this story wild? Like people, like, they think we went to the moon, and just see see how long it takes for them to go. Okay, Jess, calm down.
Do any of them actually think you're serious?
The one person I did it to most recently, like, looked at me for a hot second, and then she just busted a gut laughing. Like, she could tell. She's like, no. But I'd done it a little bit too late.
Something why doesn't it surprise me that you would do that?
That would make me feel like I was in a good place. I'd be like, oh, this is awesome.
Mackenzie, what was the thing we were talking about recently? And I was like, that's totally something I would do, especially to like a significant other. What was it?
Your boss went to a
conference.
Yes, to a conference for like guidance counselors.
Yes.
Or...
Okay. Yeah. So my boss is married to a guidance counselor, and she didn't want to go to this convention. I probably should not be telling the story, but you guys don't know who either of these people are, so it's fine.
Right.
She didn't want to go to the conference by herself. And so she talked him into going with her, and so he signed up for it as if he were also a guidance counselor. to just go, and then she expected him to go and just stay at the hotel and at least just have dinner with her after the conference or whatever. And instead, he goes in the conference and spends the whole day like in break-off sessions, talking to people. And she was so mad at him. She's like, "You weren't supposed to come." He's like, "No, it was great. I learned a lot. I was talking. People were taking notes off of things I had to say. Like licensed guidance counselors were like learning how to be a guidance counselor from my non-guidance counselor boss."
Did anybody put it together that he was not a guidance counselor?
Well, not according to him, but he may not have told that part of the story if it did happen. But she just never invited him to another one after that.
Oh, that's kind of a shame.
And I was like, and that's what I told that story to Mackenzie, and I was like, that's 1,000% a thing I would do.
Absolutely. And we determined that you would do it with more pizzazz if it was going to annoy your significant other.
Completely, yes.
Yeah.
You would do
Absolutely.
it way more. You'd be way more into it
Yep.
if it bothered your significant other. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, if his wife had pretended like she didn't have a problem with it, he would have gotten bored of it faster.
I probably, yes. But I was just like, of course you did. Of course you did. Why wouldn't you do this?
Yep.
Gosh, that guy. I have so many good boss stories. The other day, I was streaming Prey, and one of my regulars popped in, and she's like, "I'm having a bad day. I need boss stories." I was like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Is this what I'm getting known for? Telling strange stories about my 50-year-old boss who does weird stuff?" They're good stories. I tell them for a reason.
Yes.
They are a good story.
He would be mortified if he knew.
Yeah, he will. So we won't tell him.
Mm-mm.
Nope. We don't need to tell him. It's fine.
John wants an MCU conspiracy theorist who believes the moon landing was fake, Thanos was fake, and Cap is on the moon. And then Andrew says Ant-Man isn't real. Sokovia wasn't destroyed by the Avengers, but was a secret Russian nuclear test. Obviously.
There you go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how the conspiracy theorists will go, like, once more people know about Mysterio.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we're caught up to Mysterio yet, right? Far From Home is still the latest in the timeline we've seen.
I think so.
You know, well, isn't Falcon and Winter Soldier supposed to take place 6 months after the
snap?
Endgame?
Yeah, but Far From Home is the summer after the returned school year.
Yeah, so it's like
right.
It's like almost a year, yeah.
Huh, interesting.
So I think it's still the furthest in the timeline we've been. Why am I going to bed at 10 p.m.?
I don't know.
I didn't consider that.
What do I have here? Oh, I bought the Mermaid Pendant. That's what I did. I forgot I already bought one. Would have kept buying some. Really close to Sebastian, Alex, and Penny. Great. Making progress and my dating everybody quest, because I really want to get the, Elliot. I have a hard time dating Elliot because he's just never in the paths I normally walk.
Yes.
Like, I have to remember to go find him somewhere.
And if you can't get into his house yet, it's a lot harder.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. I need to work on actually being friends with more people because I feel like the same 4 people and I keep on giving them things and nobody else.
Nice.
I am wondering about, like, I don't know. I just wonder at what point now, since Sam and Bucky haven't yet interacted, is that what's going to cause them to interact for the first time? Is like this announcement of the new Captain America?
Oh, that could be.
What's going to do it? Because when
maybe they both go see the same therapist, guys.
Oh, that would make sense. And they just haven't bumped into each other yet.
Yeah. Sam's like, nope. I need a session because they announced the new Captain America, who's supposed to be me.
Yep.
I need a moment.
He just barges in on Bucky's. He won't care. He's not paying attention in this thing anyway.
the Super Bowl trailer where you see them in therapy together. Like,
Yeah.
are they going to get put on an assignment together, or is it going to be of their own volition? Because if they're in therapy together, you would think that'd be something that would be like government required if they're going to form a partnership,
Yeah.
or be like coworkers.
Yeah, maybe.
But if they just decide to do it, like, this is messed up, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Let's team up. Then how would they be in a session together? Is that normal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question.
For the record, because Django often puts the acronym in chat to get me to say it, I've gone with just saying Falcon and Winter Soldier and taking both T's out, because then I can just say FOZ. It's FOZ.
Also, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is just cumbersome.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why they did that.
Because also, I don't call him the Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
He's Falcon.
He's Falcon.
It made me really
Yeah,
angry
exactly.
as
Like-
an English major.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you only need it once.
Yeah, I'm
You guys
just
say Winter Soldier or the Winter Soldier? Because I've caught myself doing both.
no, just Winter Soldier.
Gotcha.
Because that, like, it's they're not objects. It's not the lamp and the TV tray.
Mm-hmm.
It's a person and a person. Their name is Falcon or Winter Soldier. Like,
But is that a show you want to see now? The lamp and the
the
TV
lamp
tray?
and the TV tray.
I mean, I could write
just
it.
thinking
We
about,
both know. We all know I could write that show.
Yes, you could, and I would see that. I would
I would
see
watch it.
a limited series on that. Mhm.
Yeah.
I would absolutely watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering, the thing that made me bring it up, though, is because in WandaVision, we did see that the Scarlet Witch is a thing. Like, with the in front of it. Like, in the comics, she's Scarlet. She's
Well,
like,
they call
it's
him
like,
the
Scarlet.
Vision too, and I was like,
Yeah,
Hayward,
the Vision.
Hayward,
Exactly.
stop with this the Vision crap.
Yeah,
No one says that, Hayward.
No.
right.
Again, they're not objects. They're people.
Yeah.
Like,
Vision's like Beyonce. He's only got one name.
Exactly.
thank you. And his wife, girlfriend, whatever, can call him Viz.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Makes me think of the first Doctor Strange movie when he meets Wong,
It's like,
who is awesome, and there's not enough of him, and I can't wait for Doctor Strange 2. We're gonna have more Wong.
he's his actor is a voice actor in the game I'm streaming called
Yeah.
Prey.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He plays
Oh, he's good.
my character's brother. And
I bet he's good.
he does a really good job. It's Sunday.
I hope we get to see a lot more of Sam interacting with his sister, but I feel like if he goes off with Bucky, I mean, she's not going to be thrilled with that, though. is
No,
she?
she's not. She's
No,
like,
she's not.
this is just the same thing over again.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, sorry, Judy calls, and she'll be like, oh, it's always having to go off to the next adventure with you,
Mm-hmm.
just when you promised you would help.
Yep.
Right. You know what? I want that.
Yeah,
Because
I
if
do
we,
too.
as a series, are going to
Yeah.
address the consequences
Yeah,
of, oh my God, the world caught fire, like,
Right.
totally.
that's one of them.
Totally.
All of the relationships that we had changed.
Mm-hmm.
For better or for worse, they changed. So now we need to address what that is. And this is something that's been building for far longer than just poofing out of existence.
Exactly.
This is their whole dynamic, their whole relationship is along this. And
He
I
feels
think
called to
that's
do good, and she doesn't know why he can't do it at home. I mean, or she
right.
Yeah.
is handling things
Right.
at home without his help. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that relationship is super important to explore.
Yeah. It is.
Again, as a sibling, like
Yeah.
that I want to see more of that. I want to dive into what happens emotionally and relationship wise between people who have this barrier between them.
Did the show say if she was the older or younger sister?
That was going to be my question.
I don't know. I got the vibe that she was younger, but it might just be because he was trying to take care of everything.
Right.
Or maybe she was younger and is now older.
That's what
Yeah,
I was
yes,
wondering.
she
I
didn't
thought
get
that's
it.
what I was gonna get to. I
That's a
thought
good
that would
point.
be interesting.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
think that's
point. She
probably
didn't get
true.
blipped. Yeah.
What if the sister gets kidnapped? Is what Andrew wants
Oh
to know.
shit!
Would it
I don't
be-
No,
know
I
why
hope
she
not.
would, but that
God, I
would
hope
certainly be a thing. That would get Sam to go, "Hey Bucky, get your ass over here. I
Yep,
got somebody
right,
you
yeah.
gotta kill."
Yeah.
Like, I got a mission,
Absolutely.
and it's all about me. You ready?
Yeah.
I wonder whether she ever met Steve, because it's, Sam got blipped and Steve had 5 years. He was doing that grief counseling,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Did he reach out to her and be like, "I'm sorry about Sam"?
Well, I kind of got the vibe that Sam didn't really talk about her much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve might not have known.
So Cap might not even have known.
I don't know how it works with next of kin in the military setting, though. Was she even listed as his next of kin? These are things we don't know.
Yeah,
It depends on when their parents died.
right.
Yeah, we also have no idea what the parents passed. That's very true.
It could be that they passed while he was blipped,
Yep.
but I didn't get that feeling.
I
I felt
didn't
like they
either.
had passed before that, and she
Yeah.
was bitter because he was still not home to help
Yeah.
her.
Yes.
Yeah, I got the same feeling.
So that's kind of where I'm at.
I got the exact same feeling.
Lindsay, what are your tools at? Do you have gold of anything? Are you at steel?
I have a gold pickaxe and a steel axe, and I literally came to the blacksmith to Clint with 5 iron bars to get an iron hoe, and then realized it's winter and I don't really want to get rid of my hoe because then I
Right.
can't do anything. So
Right.
as soon as it becomes spring and we get everything set up, then I want to upgrade that.
Okay. I'm gonna go upgrade my axe, I think.
Okay.
I have steel everything except for a gold watering can.
Yeah, I have a gold pickaxe.
Oh, looks like you are also at the blacksmith's.
Yeah, I just brought a bunch of
Oh, geodes.
woods.
I don't
So,
think
yeah.
so because Steve would 100% try to help them. Well, that's true. He would
Yeah.
100% try to help them unless he went back in time and ignored all of his friends.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, I made it an hour and 24 minutes before I
I'm
mentioned.
really proud
That's
of
a
you,
record.
Jess.
I'm really
That's
really
a
proud
record.
of you.
That's
I'm
a
really
record.
proud of you.
Probably, yeah.
Frankly, it could have come up sooner. I am actually proud that I'm unironically proud that you did that.
Mhm. Took a lot of strength to not bring that up until just this moment.
Well, you're very strong. We all knew this.
Ugh.
We did know this.
I said it. It's out of my system.
And we are gonna have to just move on, like Falcon and Winter Soldier are gonna have to.
Some people
Yeah.
move on.
But not us.
Not us.
Oh my God.
So, all of the things.
Okay.
I do think that it was the perfect. I'm gonna have to go in a minute here, but I do think it was the perfect setting of the stage, setting of the scene. I thought it was emotional and funny, and there was lots of action. I do wish that the boys had interacted. It would have been fun to see Sam trying to text Bucky and Bucky ignoring it in real time. We can see the text on the screen.
Yeah.
That would
Yes.
have felt like they were interacting a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or if Bucky had been the one to show up and be like, "Sam, you have to see this," I would have loved that. If Bucky had called him and been like, "Turn on the TV," then that would have been Bucky was the one telling him there's a new Captain America.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's gonna end up, I hadn't considered that, but I think them getting together because of the fake. What did I call
Yeah.
it? I said something in the chat. It was Dollar General America.
Dollar General
Dollar
America.
General America,
America.
for sure. Who I think actually in the comics is U.S. Agent, which please.
I mean, that's what it's called on IMDb. So
Yeah. But Dollar General America, I think we should keep the chat calling him that in the chat
Dollar
for
General.
now.
Well,
Because let's be
Andrea brought
honest,
it up.
Dollar Tree America is way better than Dollar General America. So, if we're gonna go with knockoff, Captain America is the shittiest one.
Well,
the
yeah,
Dollar
but
General one.
it's a play on the rank.
I was gonna say it's a pun
That's
because
true.
general is a rank.
That's true.
Hey, Sebastian, it's a new week. Can I give you presents again?
I do have to wonder how they're gonna bring in Sharon Carter because there is.
Well, I guess
they
because
really,
of the probably because of Dollar General America too.
You know, they. It's interesting. I think the Russos really made the right call. I hate to say it, but like it was too weird.
Yeah.
To bring forth that plot line of Steve and Sharon liking each other, like whatever our feelings might be about Steve's ultimate choice and whether it was a dumb one, and the answer is it kind of was.
Yeah.
But like, that's just too weird. That's just too freaking weird to have Steve macking on Sharon like that. That's no, I mean, like, absolutely not.
It's fine when they didn't know, but once when he kind of had the hot
she
score,
always knew.
That's true. She always knew, so she was always like, "There's nothing more romantic than my dementia-ridden aunt's boyfriend." Like, okay.
It does make me laugh though, because like, how much did Peggy even tell her about her relationship with Steve? Like, I can just see Peggy at the home, like, I kissed Captain America, and Peggy's like, let's get you to bed, Grandma. Like, I can just see that. Let's get you to bed, Auntie. So it might be that, like, but then are they going to have to address that in some way? Like, so that guy that called himself John Doe that hooked up with your aunt, that was like wore a giant fake mustache for like 60 years. That's actually Captain America. Are they going to have to talk to her about that?
Could be.
I don't know.
It's going to be weird. But they can't not address it.
Even with 50-minute episodes, I hope we get to Sharon and Zemo and everything quicker. Like, I don't mind that there's...
Yes.
I don't mind that we have... Personally, I don't mind that we had an episode where you can kind of feel the separation and feel the who is and isn't there. But I want to get the move on now.
Yeah, they need to kick off the second episode with Sam and Bucky, Sharon, Zemo. Let's go. Absolutely.
I really 100%. Love Bucky and the bartender. I know it's not cool to see Bucky with anybody other than Sam these days, but like, I really did like that bartender though.
I did not think I would like that as much as I did. And
I want her to stick around.
Yeah.
And I want him to, at the end of missions or whatever, come back all beat to shit, and she's just like, "You need a Corona?" Like,
well, let's maybe a different brand.
Can it not be Corona, please?
I did like the callback though that you see her you see Sam drinking, and she's like, "Wow, you can put those away." And he's like, he can't get drunk. He's had the super soldier serum like Steve with the cell regeneration. That's from the first Captain America movie. If you've had that treatment, you can't get drunk. It's impossible.
Get drunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
I also like when he talks about why he's wearing gloves.
Yeah, he's poor circulation.
Poor circulation.
He's such a bad liar. He was like, "I have poor circulation." It's like, nobody believes that.
No. So long to say it too. It's like
I kind of hope that he tells her about the kid the young guy he killed before he tells Yuri. And that, like, that helps him be able to... And, like, even then, she might be able to say something like, you know, because here's the question for you. Is it the right thing for him to tell Yuri that he did it? Not what happened. He could tell Yuri what happened. Is it the right thing for him to tell him that he did it?
Yeah, I think it would be fine if he just said...
He'd be able to... What?
Yeah, good.
I think he'd be fine if he just said, "I was there."
Oh.
Or like, I have friends in the government, and they told me this is what happened.
Yeah.
That's what he should say. He's going to end up unburdening himself. He can't help it. He's going to end up totally unburdening himself.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think it would be all that cruel to say, like, because I mean, he, you know, as much as he did it, he also didn't do it, and it would just break Yuri's heart again. To be like, the guy that he trusts is now, you know, the guy who killed his son.
Yeah,
versus like
you
you
could
can
say something like there was an agent who had been brainwashed, and his assignment was to do, and he was under mind control and blah blah blah.
yeah.
I mean, I think though that he's gonna end up saying the whole thing like a nerd. Really,
Yeah.
truly, I think
He's
just like a
gonna
big
freak
old
out, yeah.
nerd. Yeah, total nerd.
Yeah.
I think that he will.
Or she is sword sealed. She could be. She could be. Anyone could be an agent at any point in time.
That would be very cool.
She could be. She could be Agatha all along.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Dudes, listen, I've got to get going.
Okay.
But my heart is very full of love,
Mhm.
even for you guys in the chat who I don't really know, and also the people who I do know in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
My heart is full of love. You are wonderful. You are shining rock stars, and we will do this again next week.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do
Yes, that sounds good.
it. Have a good week. Take care of yourselves, guys. I will check in with you. Much love. Goodbye.
Lindsay, what do you say to one more day and then call it?
After one more day.
Okay, one more day and then we'll end the stream.
Nothing except just like putz around.
Yeah, I know, that's all I'm doing too. Winter is when we should be doing like all of the stuff, and then spring's gonna come and be like, we didn't work on any of these things in the winter, but whatever.
You gotta do the mining in the winter.
Oh, it's the Festival of Ice.
Yeah.
Okay, well I guess it's a festival day, so there you go.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I gotta go. See you next week.
Next
Well,
week.
not see you, but
Hear you next week.
hear your voices next week. All right, bye.
Bye. This is good because then we can enjoy the festival with just people who know what the festival is. And Kathleen. But Kathleen's been here a lot. I feel like she knows.
Yes.
Assuming she's still floating around. Alright. Let's just.
I am.
Yay!
Washing dishes.
I need to do that also. Which is why we should only do one more day.
Yeah. I have to clean my kitchen.
I planted a bunch of potatoes, Lindsay, and my plan worked. They came out in duplicates, so now we have 8 more.
Nice.
So, like, parsnips I knew would grow fast, but, like, the potatoes have a chance of double yield. So I was like, maybe those will work. I'm so tired.
I mean, this is I Am So Tired Farm, so that makes sense.
It is appropriate.
Yes, it is.
Actually, this will be way less relevant to anybody else, and I apologize. But Kathleen, while I have you here, I know you're doing dishes. Tell me what your thoughts are on Prey so far. Want to hear.
Oh, maybe.
She might not be able to hear me if she's doing dishes. I'll bug her later.
Okay, I'm here. Sorry.
There we go. Yes. tell me your thoughts on Morgan Yu and all of the things.
I'm liking it. I'm sorry I missed yesterday.
Oh, that's alright. I streamed at a weird time yesterday.
I am like halfway through the stream
Oh.
from yesterday. So I saw the not cook,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, it'll be interesting to see what your decision will do.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
I was just like,
no,
I'm not doing
shutting
this
this
again.
storyline down right now.
Well, he like spends the rest of the game attacking you, and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, can avoid that.
I felt a little bit bad. I'm like, everybody on stream is gonna be like, why did Jess just plug this guy in the face 4 times? I'm like, you don't understand. I had a very good reason.
Yeah,
I have
it's very
decided.
sad with is it Rachel and is the one that was in the Abby?
Oh, Abby and Danielle.
And yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was sad.
Yes, it was. I love them. They're such funny characters.
Danielle. Yeah, I loved it running D&D.
Yeah.
You got to hear.
It's a great game. It's such a good game.
Yeah. Oh, and the disco fight.
Yes,
That was a previous stream.
it was, but I enjoyed the disco fight.
Disco fight.
Prey is a great game. I'm streaming it specifically to try to convince more people to get it. I've already had one person say, I can't watch your streams anymore because I'm gonna go buy the game. And I was like, then I have succeeded.
Hey.
Because one person went to buy the game. It's so good.
It is fun.
I'm excited to see, because there's some choices coming up too that I think are going to be interesting for people.
I'll start making more decisions of December versus January.
Basically. Yeah, because that storyline isn't done yet.
Oh,
Dun, dun,
but
dun.
that's still going on.
Oh, don't eat the blackberry. Put it in the jar.
I'm headed down to the festival.
I will come as soon as I finish refilling all the things.
Ah, yes. I was also doing something. Say what all be revealed? What all be revealed? In Falcon and Falcon and Winter Soldier, or are you also referring to Prey streams now? I drive everyone crazy because like I have this really intense obsession with Prey. Literally the background of this computer is Morgan Yu, and I named my new laptop Morgan after Morgan Yu. And I'm just obsessed with Prey. And
It's Morgan, or is it both on your laptop?
My first laptop was Deep Thought, and then my second one was Lutess from BioShock, and then this one is Morgan from Prey.
Oh no, the desktop is which Morgan?
Oh, it's Lady Morgan.
Oh, okay.
I played Lady Morgan the first time. So like in the game, when you play, you can pick to play as a guy or a gal, and you're named Morgan either way. And I'm a big fan. No, Prey. I'm siding with January because of my penchant for wanting explosions. I mean, we can blow some stuff up. I'm all for it. Ooh, look at the stuff we can buy here now.
Ooh,
Is that a pig in sunglasses?
Yes, it is. I'm gonna buy a buttload of pumpkin soup. Oh, you can't buy. You can only buy one. Dang it! But pumpkin soup it has such good stats.
I did in my personal one buy the giant Christmas tree and put it up at my house, and I just left it up
Perfect.
like all.
Perfect.
Perpetual Christmas tree.
Like, I love it. Yep, it's a huge Christmas tree,
When you
and it's
get
big.
the tree is amazing. You can get trees in Christmas trees in Planet Zoo, which is really fun.
Yeah. How are all your cheetahs doing?
They're doing well. We're on to a new generation. So we had the first ones age out, and we had to get new ones. I do like playing Planet Zoo. It's a fun game. There's just too
Did you
many
ever
things to
figure
stream.
out what that glitch was?
Play the what was?
Did you ever find out what that glitch was? With, like, monkey habitat that you couldn't climb stuff.
Oh no, I couldn't figure it out. And I wonder if it's I don't know if it was a glitch or if just like the game rules changed, because I know the game's updated a few times and they may have rebalanced some things.
Yeah.
No, if you end up finishing the stream, I think like with like a half hour to go or something, it was like the most comedic moment. I ended up pulling it off into a clip.
Is this the most recent Prey?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I had a little bit of a, shall we say, a misstep.
Whoops.
Good stuff. Okay, how do I have to talk to Willie? Oh no, I talked to Lewis. Are you ready for me to start the festival?
Yeah, I'm coming. Okay.
I'm happy how many people are enjoying Prey and like getting into the story while they watch it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes games are hard to follow when somebody's streaming, I feel like.
And we still don't know about all the coral.
Oh, yeah? You guys gotta learn about that. There's so much good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Game is so good. That access tunnel in the bar. Oh yeah. The access in Prey. There's the couldn't figure out where it went. So far I've caught algae, which is pretty great. There we go. Now, there's some good stuff coming up. Of course I say that, but I just like everything in Prey, so there you go. But, that's the, Wong from Doctor
Yeah.
Strange is Alex.
Yeah, because his voice sounded familiar.
Mm-hmm. He does a great job voice acting in that game. Cause like you know he's a bad guy, but you're just never quite sure if he actually cares about Morgan or not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, there's no offense, Andrew. I played Alan Wake blind. I had no idea what I was getting into. I'm playing Prey again for like a reason, because I liked that game. I played Alan Wake because I want to play a game by the same studio called Control. And so, but I've been told that like there's connections between them. Like they're not in the same series. But like, I liked the story of Alan Wake. I'm glad I played it. It had some weaknesses, for sure.
Well, Morgan's a lot smarter than
Alan, yes.
Alan,
Morgan is...
even with retrograde amnesia.
Yeah. Even amnesic Morgan is much smarter than Alan. That was probably the biggest problem with that game for me. It's just Alan was so dumb. I was
It's mostly you just yelling at Alan.
like, Alan, what are you doing? This is the worst decision you could make. I think I really lost it when he was like, the sheriff who is trained in combat, she should stay behind. And I'm like, why, Alan? Why?
Oh, I literally caught that fish and then it timed out as it was coming out of the water.
No.
No.
Sorry.
But you know, I don't have any strong like personal connection to Alan Wake. Like I said, I don't regret playing it or streaming it, but it was not on my top video games list either. I experienced it. It was fun. I probably got through it better on stream than if I was playing it for myself, just because it was kind of spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we tied.
Hey.
Hey.
But no, Prey is an infinitely better game. Oh, we both get stuff.
Nice. More money for us.
Yay. We should just try to plan the tying thing out. Milk the system.
I like it. Like, all right, I'm at 4. Okay, then just stop.
Okay, yeah, figure out what number do you need to win, and then we both just stop there. I'll put my fishing stuff in here. Like, leaving the sheriff and burying the last... Yeah, that was the point where I was like, Alan, why? Why? They have been with you. They did all this stuff so well. Like, why are you doing this? Like, that game would have been much better if Alan wasn't stupid. Yeah, kudos to the developers that I appreciated Barry much more. Yeah, I didn't like Barry at the beginning. I was like, Barry, you're so annoying.
Yeah.
And then at the end I was like, Barry! Why can't this game be about Barry? It would be so much better if it was
As soon
about...
as he put on those Christmas lights,
I was
you
like-
were sold.
I was like, this is character development.
Yes.
And then even the old light lady. I liked the Norse Viking guys. Like
Yeah.
the old dudes. But I feel like there were questions that never got like I wanted to know if that one shrink was like ever actually evil or if he was written evil, and it didn't really address that. And I was like, okay. And like it wasn't bad. I paid $5 for the game, so I definitely got $5 worth of entertainment out of it. But it
And
wasn't
all those thermi.
all the thermoses. But I mean, like, there's a reason why I was like, I don't really feel like the DLC that much.
Yeah. We don't need to play those.
I think I got the gist for understanding the other game that I really want to play.
Yeah.
Even though that one might be that one I would have to stream, because I think it would be too scary for me to play on my own. Prey,
What is Control about?
Control, I'll send you the trailer. It's just way better if you watch the trailer. It looks really up your alley.
Hey.
Like, even more than Alan Wake does. It looks infinitely better than Alan Wake. But
That level 8.
What? Alright, I think that'll be good for the stream, though. Speaking of Prey, I should be streaming it tomorrow in theory. The headlamp was such a good. The headlamp was everything. In theory, streaming tomorrow, unless something quirky happens, and then we'll be back next week with more Falcon and Winter Soldier. We probably have I feel like there'll be less theorizing than with WandaVision, but there'll still be plenty of things to enjoy.
Yes. Yes, there will be.
Mm-hmm. But thank you guys for joining me on the call, and thank you guys for being in the chat. And, this was good. I will see you guys soon. Oh, and my gold axe is ready for the next stream. Yay! Bye!